All right, let's talk about rucksacks, right? And the different types that you can start getting into, and then maybe which one you would prefer for your personal training, right? So I'll show you the three types of rucks that I have, that I use, and then you guys can kind of decide for yourself what would be best for you. We have different options. So this is going to be a budget option here. That's going to be a SOG rucksack. I think they call this their 3-day assault pack. And this is actually, I mean, for the price, it's really not bad at all. You can get these for like $40, $50. I think they might even sell them at Walmart maybe. If not, you could definitely get them on Amazon. SOG, S-O-G is the brand. They have everything you need. Large main pouch, very large, with all kinds of compartments and things to store stuff in. They do have an internal frame. So the frame is literally just basically a piece of plastic underneath this. It's not crazy. You can bend it and do all kinds of stuff with it. It's not made to be like super high weight. You'll probably be able to ruck with about 40 pounds, maybe 45 pounds with this guy before you start to really see some issues with this frame holding up. It's got like a little sunglasses compartment up top, which is cool. I think you can add hydration into this, although you may, maybe not. I don't know if this has any, yeah, you can. Okay, so it does have a hydration loop here where you can pull it down and run it through your shoulder strap, which is nice. And well needed. You definitely need to hydrate while you're rucking. Large main front compartment. It does have all the cinches that it should have. And like I said, this is about like 40 bucks, maybe 50 bucks online. And this is what I started with. It does have shoulder straps and a cummerbund. The cummerbund's not great, but it will get you through. The shoulder straps are also not great. Durability over time, if I had to guess, I would say this probably won't hold up for a super long period of time, but I've had this for years and I haven't had any issues with it yet. So I do like this rucksack, but this is more of your budget option if you're trying to spend a little less and still get something out of the pack that you buy, right? Great for starting out. Now next, we're going to get into an actual rucksack. So this is a military Molly 2 rucksack. This guy is their large rucksack with the large frame. Now the nice thing with these is they are modular, completely modular. You can switch out the bags. You can get new bags. You can get old bags. You can get new shoulder straps. You can get old shoulder straps. You can get new cummerbunds and old cummerbunds. You can get whatever you want. I picked this one up without the frame. It came with a black frame that broke, and I'm sure you saw that in the other video, for 150 bucks at a surplus store. So a little bit more pricey, right? But definitely still a solid rucksack. You can see with this rucksack, it is made for durability. You have very thick nylon. I'm not sure if it's 500 or 1000 D Cordura nylon, but it is waterproof. It's got the little waterproof sack, general purpose pouch on the front, sustainment pouches on the side, completely modular where you can move the pack up and down, shoulder straps up and down, change out everything, get new stuff, multicam, whatever you want you can do with this rucksack. So you could basically, it's completely customizable, which is what's cool about this. And because it's all nylon, it's very durable. Now the downside to this is the ruck itself is very heavy, right? This guy is going to weigh 5 to, honestly in my last video I said 5 to 6 pounds, but I would say this is probably more like 5 to 10 pounds with the frame and everything. And this is an external frame backpack. Therefore you can see the frame on the outside of the backpack, right? So that's one of the reasons that it is so modular for a backpack like this. You can pick them up anywhere from 100 bucks. Some you can find some on Facebook Marketplace for like 50 bucks, although they're probably going to need a little bit of work. And then you can purchase whatever you want afterwards to upgrade this rucksack over time. You don't have to go with the same stuff all the time, which is really cool with this type of thing. It is not the most comfortable rucksack, but it's comfortable enough. I mean, I definitely haven't, now every rucksack you're gonna have to get used to. This is far more comfortable than that $40 to $50 one, but it's not gonna be as comfortable as the next one I showed you, right? So you're kind of picking your poison. The more you spend, the more features and comfort you're gonna get with your rucksack. So with this one, just being a surplus rucksack, you get pretty solid comfort and great durability, and the cost is weight and price, right? So you get much better durability than that previous one I showed you, much better comfort, but it's a higher price, although the weight on this is much more than what you'll see with what is the ideal rucksack, right? So the next one is going to be a actual backpack, and you can get into different rucksacks, like actually go into much more expensive military style rucksacks, such as like Mystery Ranch, what is that one? Grey Ghost Gear, Stock, or whatever they call it, Stock, or I can never say it right. But those ones are looking upwards of $400 to $500, maybe even $600 to $800 range just for a backpack. Now, not to say it's not worth it if you're doing this type of stuff often. Let's say you're in the military and you want a better rucksack than the Molly 2. That's going to be a great option. Mystery Ranch, Stock, all those type of ones are definitely better. But as a civilian, if you want to get into a little bit better rucking, this is going to be probably your best option, right? At a decent price range. So this is an REI, I think it's the, what is it? Yosemite 75. So this is a little bit older rucksack. I've had this one for a while, or backpack I should say. It has a reinforced bottom. So the bottom is this, I don't know if it's polyester or nylon or just rubber. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it has a lot of features. This is an internal frame backpack, so unlike the Molly 2, the frame is hidden within the backpack itself, and it is an aluminum frame. So it's very solid, very stiff, but it's very light. This rucksack probably weighs 3 to 4 pounds at the most, very light. And you can see, because it's internal frame, the shoulder straps, which are adjustable, you can take this whole thing and move it up or down. You can see it's got a number there, 19. You can move these shoulder straps up and down based on your personal body size. You can also change out the cummerbund by pulling this up and pulling that cummerbund out and putting a new one in based on your size as a person, right? It's got these nice little sustainment pouches on the side. You can put your phone, you can put an energy bar, that type of thing in these little pouches in the cummerbund so that they're easily accessible while you're wearing it, so you can just grab your stuff out of it, which is something I really like about this one. And being that it's REI, it's a pretty reputable brand. You get a lot of space in these things, and these are made just to dump stuff in, right? So you've got this huge front pouch, or top pouch, that you can literally see all the way down to the bottom. And it does have a separation at the very bottom right here, where these kind of come out, and this zipper here, this bottom portion is for a sleeping bag. So you put your sleeping bag in the bottom, it's got a little separation that you can take out if you want, and then you can put all your other stuff in the top. Not to mention the brain of is what they call it, the brain of the bag. You've got storage up top here. You can store things that you want a little bit more easily accessible, like a rain jacket or something like that, maybe a hat, sunglasses, that type of thing. And then on the very top, for even better accessibility, on the back, you have another pouch, right? So 75 means that this is a 75-liter pouch when it's called a Yosemite 75. So you can get them smaller, you can get them larger. But this guy cost me about $200. This is a little bit more. Now, it cost more than that when it was new. I bought it used for $200, barely used. You can find these often on Facebook Marketplace for much lower prices than what you would see if you bought it from REI. This pack from REI is probably a $300 pack, maybe more. But this one is a solid one. Now, the benefits to this, it's very light. It is extremely comfortable, especially compared to the Molly 2 or that $30 to $40 SOG backpack. This system that they have in the back, it perfectly outlines your back, or is supposed to outline the human back, where this sits down in your kind of lumbar support area, and then it eases up with that curve and comes up and matches the curve of your back. So if you're standing straight up, it's going to match that curve of your back really well. The downsides to this, it is not as durable. It is durable, but it's not as durable as, say, a Molly 2. But the compromise is weight. How much weight do you want to have on your back? You can put more things in here and load this up and make it heavy if you want to train with heavier weight, but the durability in this is going to be lacking compared to something like that Molly 2. And so as a result, you end up with a backpack that is very comfortable for even heavy weights, that you can move quickly with, and is very well, nice, tightened around your body, where you don't have much sticking out. You don't have a lot sticking out on the sides, a lot sticking out on the back. All of your weight and everything is in line with your back, up higher, right? So, and another con, of course, is it's going to be more expensive. But what do you want? What do you want out of a rucksack? The reason I don't use this is because the event that I'm training for requires me to use a Molly 2. But this type of rucksack is much better for civilian hiking, backpacking, and I would say rucking as well, being that I have used it personally for rucking. The downside with the durability on this for rucking is the more weight you add, the more likely you are to split the seams. Now, they are really well done. Those seams are really well stitched, but at the end of the day, the fabric is only so strong compared to something like that nylon that you get on a Molly 2. It does have options for your hydration. You can put a hydration pouch in there and route it down onto your shoulder straps, just like you can with any other ruck. So you have a lot of options when it comes to this. It's got a large front pouch, but you're going to be paying a little bit more for better quality, and that's what this is to say with your rucksack. For you to choose a rucksack for yourself, you have to factor in a lot of things. What kind of comfort do you want? What kind of budget do you have? How far are you willing to go? How fast are you moving? How much weight are you planning on putting into it? Now, there's a lot of guys out there, backpackers, that like to have everything ultra light. And if that's you as a civilian, you want to be able to ruck with a lot of stuff, but you want it really light. For every ounce you take off of your gear, the more you're gonna pay for that gear, right? So the Mystery Ranches, the Grey Ghost gears, the April stocks and all that stuff, you're gonna pay a lot more for those, but you're getting lower weight and better comfort. The Molly 2, you're paying a lot less for that, but you're getting decent comfort and extreme durability. And then those cheaper packs, you're getting okay durability, you're getting okay comfort, but they're not gonna hold up for a super long period of time like something like that Molly 2 would, or even this. This will hold up for a long time, but it's gonna depend on how often you're rucking with it and how much weight you're adding to it. So you have to choose what's right for yourself. I do not have an April stock or a Mystery Ranch or something like that to show you, simply because that's out of my budget. You gotta choose what's right for you based on your budget and your time and how much time you're gonna be putting into this. And would I like to have one of those? Absolutely, but my budget doesn't permit that. So these are some good options for you to look into. The Yosemite I don't think is available anymore. They have a new one that has replaced it, but it's the same thing, probably a little bit higher price because everything is more high price today. But as far as rucksacks go, this is about what you can expect to get in these price ranges for a pretty solid rucks that are affordable and can get the job done, right? So, like I said, at the end of the day, this is your choice, but I highly recommend getting into rucking for some of the benefits we talked about in the last video, and these are great options to get you started. So thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or even if you have any experiences that you've had or better options than these for the same price range, share that. I would love to know what those options are myself. And I'm sure that people who watch this video are looking for great options. And if you have a better option than these three in these price ranges, then I would throw those out there so that everyone can take advantage of that. Like I said before, thank you so much for watching. Get into rucking, it's great for your health. And let me know what you think.